we're back in the kitchen. My next guest has nearly 1.8 million subscribers on his YouTube channel, thanks to his inventive plant-based food, cooking, and countryside lifestyle content. Now the UK-based YouTuber Gaz Oakley is out with a new cookbook, Plant to Plate, and he's on tour making a stop right here in Seattle. We are so excited and honored to have you in our little kitchen.
I am so happy to be back in Seattle. It's great to be here.
Oh
and I've
my
got some
gosh.
beautiful things to show you today.
You really do. What are we making today?
Right, so this is a bit of a, well, this is definitely inspired by my travels, this recipe. It's a recipe from the book, inspired by my travels to Jamaica, which had such a profound impact on me. And it's using oyster mushrooms, which I actually grow at home as well.
You grow these mushrooms at home?
I grow these in my bathroom, believe it or not. So when you step out the shower, you just see these alien-like mushrooms growing.
Why your bathroom? That's just...
They love the humidity, actually, so it works great. And it's a great thing if you can't grow anything, you may not have the space. You know, you could grow mushrooms in your bathroom. And what we're doing is pressing them into steaks. So we're using this heavy cast iron lid, and we're going to apply some pressure. We're going to press them and bring out all the moisture so they actually become meaty. Everyone says mushrooms are meaty, but they're not really until you do things like this to them.
And so this you had to have high heat, right?
Yeah.
And then olive oil you sprinkled in,
Yeah.
and then you put these big oyster mushrooms that you can
clusters.
grow in your bathroom,
literally can.
apparently.
These are actually small clusters compared to what I grow at home. I grow ginormous ones, bigger than the size of my head. They're unbelievable. But if you can't grow them, farmers markets, oyster mushrooms, incredibly meaty.
How long are you pressing something like this down for, that, like, to get to the consistency that you want?
10, 15 minutes,
Okay.
and then we'll introduce a marinade. So what I'm going to do is make this jerk oyster mushroom marinade. But I needed to incorporate something from my garden. And this is a bit weird and wacky, but I like to add some strawberries. Jamaicans, I'm sorry, this is no offense. This is my element of adding sweetness to the marinade, which is common in jerk marinade. So I thought I'll use some of my garden strawberries, because this book is all about utilizing fruits and vegetables in weird and wonderful ways. So we're going to get those in, plus all the traditional stuff you'll see in a jerk marinade, like allspice, Scotch bonnet, thyme, scallion. I actually grow all this stuff too.
I can't believe you grow all of this in your garden. Your garden must just be like Cisco Morris. You would make Cisco very proud here.
It's changed my life completely. I grew up in cities, had no connection to nature, never grew anything before. But it was during COVID times when I decided to leave the city, leave London, and try and become a little bit more self-sufficient. And the impact that just connection to nature has had on me is changed my life for the better, really. I feel so calm and happy. And my well-being.
You seem that way. Like your zen is coming over to me. What all did you just pour in?
All right, so
what was that?
We've added some ginger, we've added some tomato paste, some soy sauce to add that umaminess, some garlic, thyme. Don't think there's anything else. We'll get this lid on.
Okay.
We'll blitz this up into a marinade. And of course you could, we're not on. Where are we going with this?
Where are we?
There we go. Do you know what? There's always, I film my YouTube videos.
That's what people like, though.
There's always an issue with the blender.
Really?
I don't know why. Me and blenders just don't get on whatsoever. But look, because of the addition of those strawberries, look at the colour that you get there.
Seriously.
You've still got all of those rich flavours from like the Scotch bonnet.
I bet it smells. Oh my gosh, it smells almost like jammy, but with the spice. Like you can feel, oh my gosh, the heat.
I actually love to cook outside over fire. And this is perfect for that, because you get that smoky flavour. But as you can see, we're sort of releasing some of that liquid.
Oh, yeah.
And that's really important. I apply a lot of pressure, and you want to get a real high heat for this. And eventually, it'll be time to flip them over. I would leave them for a little bit longer traditionally if I was doing this at home. But when you start seeing a bit of golden colour, you can flip them like so.
Why did you want to go completely plant-based too?
Oh, that's a bit of a long story. But I was actually weight training quite a lot. I left the kitchens where I was working. I was doing like 80-hour weeks. It was really intense. And with my spare time, I decided to start going to the gym and exercising. I was eating this colossal diet, and it wasn't making me feel so good. So I thought I'd introduce some more plant-based foods, and it made me feel brilliant. So I've stuck to it. It's like 9 years now. But now it's so far from the way I used to eat, because I'm eating organic. I'm eating homegrown stuff. So it's going to make anyone feel good.
But you're like full plant-based.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy
good
when
for
you walk out into your garden, you just pick
Well,
what's
you
for
walk
dinner.
out of your bathroom and you get to pick
even
some
in my
oysters.
bathroom.
Yeah.
But like, this is an example of a dish from the book.
I know. What is this guy?
Which is what I would be eating at home right now. It's a summer garden salad full of just everything that's ready to harvest, from edible flowers to herbs to tomatoes to cucumber to beans to a huge variety of things. It's summer on a plate, that is.
Oh my gosh.
And that's what you can find in the book.
I know.
Okay. You want to be getting your extractor fans on. You want to be turning this right up. We're on a bit of a go slow here, unfortunately. But what I would do at this stage is use this as a brush, thyme as a brush, or rosemary, and brush that on and get lashings
You're
of that
not dirtying
sauce on.
another piece of, like appliance in your kitchen.
And bits of this will just break off onto the mushrooms too. And if it's on a really high heat, when that herb touches, it's going to release its aromas as well.
Oh my gosh. This is when we always say we need smell-o-vision. It's just absolutely amazing.
You can smell that allspice really nicely here.
Tell everyone about your YouTube channel too. You have so many subscribers. That's amazing.
Well, it's all a surprise to me, to be honest. I was very shy and nervous when I first started filming, a bit like I am right now. But
stop. You're adorable.
But it's grown and grown and grown, and now I'm able to travel to places like Seattle and meet amazing people that watch the...
Is that your garden?
That's my garden there, yeah. Oh, I miss it. I long for it. It's like a sanctuary to me nowadays, and I think that's what, having a green space or connecting to nature gives you. It gives you that comfort blanket that I longed for so long. And now I've got it.
And
I feel very blessed.
on your YouTube channel, are you showing people like recipes and lifestyle content, a little of everything?
Yeah, so it's how to grow, it's how to cook, it's how to connect, it's, talking about maybe the weeds that we want you to overlook that I now use for cooking and herbal remedies. It's really just telling stories through food.
Amazing.
Anyway.
Okay, with the Power TV, we're going to taste test too,
okay.
right?
So you want to cook these until they're super golden, really caramelized, super pressed and meaty, and they do shrink down quite a lot, as you can see here.
Yeah.
They shrink down an awful lot. We could get these on this board.
Perfect.
I like to have a bit of the marinade on the side that you can just top these up. And these can be served with rice, they can be served with, greens, anything really, or in a sandwich.
I'm gonna just dive in right here. You don't even need to cut it. I'm going in. Oh my gosh. Holy moly.
Yeah.
That is so that marinade.
Yeah. Well, I can't take all the credit. Jamaica has some of the best produce and flavor bases from like Scotch bonnets and stuff like that, but incorporating the strawberries add that sweetness and that caramelization.
Thank you so much for being here. This was so much fun cooking with you.
New Day Northwest Kitchen is brought to you by Safeway.